Hello, I am a neurodivergent Gen X unemployed software developer with major depression and anxiety. And I'm here to talk to you about I don't know. I don't have a job and I'm probably never going to find another job in software. And even if I do, I don't think I want it because nobody likes me. Nobody wants to play with me. My wife says that I intimidate people because I'm too smart and I know too much. I don't know if that's true, but anyway, I wanted to tell you a story about when I was really small when I was a kid, like ridiculously tiny, like they thought maybe something was wrong with me or that I was a little person. But I'm not. I'm just a tiny little kid. When I was in high school, I wrestled because I weighed 92 pounds as a freshman. It was 4'11", 4'9", maybe, and I weighed 92 pounds. I was not playing football. Not that I wanted to play sports, but I did that because I thought that's how you fit in high school. It's not. But I digress. That's a story for another time. I should write that down. Anyway, the story I wanted to tell you about was I was at the bank with my mom. Back in the 70s, you had to go wait in line at the bank. And let me tell you, as a tiny child, it was the most horrible thing to be drugged to the bank and to stand in line staring at the person's ass in front of me for an hour. It felt like an hour. I'm sure it was only 10 minutes, but it felt like an hour, and I hated it. But we were at the bank, and I was wearing a shirt with Mickey Mouse on it. And keep in mind, I'm so small. I'm like very tiny. I look like I'm probably one. How am I walking? I'm so small. I was maybe 3 or 4. So anyway, the person in front of me, there's a guy. He turns around, he sees me, and he bends down, and he goes, "Oh, who's that on your shirt?" And my mom tells this story to people at parties, which is embarrassing. But I looked down at my shirt, and then I looked up at the guy. And I looked down at my shirt again, and then I looked at him again, and I went, "It's Mickey Mouse. Who do you think it is? Like, you fucking retard. What is wrong with you?" And of course the guy's like, "Oh, what the hell?" Like this little demon child. I'm like, just like it's, to me, I'm like, well, it's Mickey Mouse. Hello? Are you stupid? Is this your first day on Earth? How do you not know who this is? At 3. So yes, I've always been off. Even we didn't know what neurodivergency was in the 70s and 80s, right? I was just weird. And all of the things that I like to do were not what a kid was supposed to do at my age. So I didn't get to do them. I played in the closet. I remember I would pull everything out of there. I had like this closet. It was like a cube. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a long closet or a wide closet. It was a door. It was probably supposed to be a pantry. But I would go in there. I would take everything out of the bottom. I would go in. I had a flashlight. And I would draw pictures of like spaceship windows and shit and buttons. And I would put them on. I would tape them to the walls and play in there by myself for hours. Just being a spaceman flying a spaceship. I would much rather lay on the couch on Saturday and read a book than go outside. I don't want to go outside. When video games came along, man, I was so happy because I could just sit and play forever. So yeah, that's me. A aging Gen X neurodivergent software developer who's unemployed and may never find another job because nobody wants to play with me. Peace.